company's Twitter got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
How they could
Yep.
get that much knowledge? Is hacking that easy?
Well, uh, there.
What do you think?
Okay, so this is going to be a really tough one because
Yeah.
if I say yes and or no, it's both correct. Hacking is easy and it's not easy. So why I said it is easy because hacking a human stupidity is really easy
Yes.
because
Yes.
you can fool out anyone. And this hack, the so-called hack that they call, it's not a hack actually. It's just a simple manipulation of an employee.
Welcome back again in another episode of Zero Day. I'm your host NJ, and this episode is brought to you by Cyberhawk Security. Today we are going live with AKASH Sharma. AKASH Sharma is the founder of Byte Cyber Labs. He is a certified offensive security certified professional, CEH certified ethical hacker, and he has done his certification and training from US Homeland Security as well. He's a quite educated and experienced guy. He's a penetration tester and a bug bounty hunter. So he has a lot of experience and we can learn a lot from him. So let's ask him to join this session, right?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? How are you
Hello, Akash.
doing?
How are you? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. How's it going, buddy? It's been a long
Everything is
time.
going fine, man. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I'm
So,
I'm audible, right? My voice is
yes, you're
fine?
audible. Yes, your voice is
Cool,
clear.
cool, cool, cool. Great.
Okay,
So
Akash.
yeah, so we're doing
So
it now.
let's
Yeah.
let's start the session. So as I
Sure.
always ask with from my the guests that how they started their journey in cybersecurity. So how did you start?
Sure. Well, it started on a quite rough note, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, okay, so I'll put it this way that I didn't know like I have been doing this since the time I didn't know like what exactly is hacking.
Okay.
So I know like okay, I can manipulate things and I can, manipulate a lot of other stuff to make it work. But I don't really know like okay, this is what we call hacking in the first place. So that's when I was introduced to it. So I was like, okay, fine. I have been doing this for almost a couple of years now. So what's new about it? So that's how I started. So I really got interested when I got to know that digital things can be manipulated. So that was my first interest, that games and other kind of stuff, let's say softwares and other utilities can also be
Right.
manipulated and can be made to work as per my wish, you can say. And that was something fascinating to me, and I think that's how it all started.
Oh, that's quite fascinating to know that how
Yeah, man.
everyone starts somewhere, right? And we
Absolutely.
really don't
There's a
know,
reason for
yeah,
that.
it is going to be, this big or how we're gonna go through it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never know how far you're gonna go.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It is all about passion and the interests, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, like, when we talk about cybersecurity, can you tell
hmm
us that what is a cybersecurity engineer? What are the roles and job
hmm
responsibilities? Can you tell
Okay.
our audience about it?
Sure. See, cybersecurity engineer is more of a professional term. I'm pretty sure people must be aware of this term called ethical hacker, for
Yeah.
for the sake of a good word. So the job for the security engineers is pretty simple, just keeping the perimeter safe and keeping the system and target safe. So we are kind of like the good guys of the hacking domain.
Right.
So you might have seen the bad guys who are like uh, hacking Twitter accounts and taking out your bitcoins and empty your wallets and stuff like that. So it's pretty much that we are the one who actually take care of this kind of stuff, and we prevent these kind of attacks. We implement securities, and that's what we do in layman terms. If I go a little bit more deep, there can be different verticals we are involved in. Like We do penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, bug hunting, forensics, XYZ, a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so a lot of my viewers and followers ask me that, sir, is it important to have a certificate like certified ethical
Mhm.
hacker, OSCP? Should they do it? So, what is your take on certifications?
Okay. Well, certifications holds a very good relevancy when it comes to the domain because it quantifies that who you are. Okay, I am capable of something. So that's how a certification gives a relevancy to your qualification. But nowadays I have seen for a few months that they are being overly exploited. We recently got to know, if you know, that there was this Reddit post which was busting out some OSCP scammers, so a lot of things are happening these days, including such kind of incidents where people are buying certificates instead of actually earning them. So I feel that the necessity of certifications is like it's important, but it is also important to get it from a very legitimate way. So that's what I feel about it.
Okay, so when a beginner should, opt for a certification, what is the right time to get a certificate, or what certificate should they get when they start?
Okay, all right. Well, okay. So the right time, this right time thing is quite variable depending on when you start, how much time you give, what's your end
Right.
goal with the aim that you're having. Like let's say if I started a couple of years back and I'm not even devoting a lot, like amply, you know, optimum amount of time. So it might take maybe a couple of more years for me to even just pass like a normal examination like CEH, you know. But if an individual is practicing enough with CTFs and other concepts, you can say, I will name them later, then you might get even clear your OSCP within a span of 6 months. So it depends really on how much you're investing in terms of practice and how much experience you're gaining out of whatever you're doing. So it's quite variable. So I would say at least 6 to 8 months can be taken on a in case of an average individual.
So if an individual is, in school or in college, so should they,
Hmm.
go get the CES certification or OSCP
No,
certification? No.
I won't recommend that. See, OACP is fine. Okay, they can go for it, but
Hmm.
CEH and certifications which have an expiration date, I won't recommend that because it's very obvious. Like after a couple of years, it won't be relevant enough, and you gotta renew it. So why not get it at the time when you are actually able to use it? So OACP doesn't expire. So I mean, yeah, you can get it anytime. So that's okay.
Okay. So I see there are many people who have done CEH, and
Mm-hmm.
when I talk to them, the skill set level is, not there, not par. Because CEH
Yeah.
certification is over, you can say, uh, they have promoted it so much that everyone is doing CEH, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
have the actual base and actual skills, to back that certification. You know,
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's the certification is losing its value because of that, because the numbers are
Mm-hmm.
increasing, but the skill set remains, the very
Mm-hmm.
not so, up to the mark.
Yeah, I agree on this thing as well, because what's happening is that almost every other individual is doing and going and like opting for CEH, but point is that CEH have its own relevancy. Okay, I will. Okay, I feel this thing that if you go through CEH completely, like if you go through the whole syllabus, for a beginner, for a fundamentals, it's absolutely fine. If you're going through the whole syllabus, I think it's all enough. But if you're just there for the sake of getting the certification, just to qualify and quantify your skills, I think it's a waste of time because people are just getting CEH for the sake of having a certificate, not for actually learning purpose,
Right,
right? I can
right.
still ask a lot of questions to the CH qualified people and still they won't be able to answer, even though it is from the syllabus. So that is the biggest problem.
Yes, definitely it
Yeah.
is.
Sure.
Yeah, so you are a OHCP person, right? So
Yeah.
how you started in, preparing for OHCP? What is the on a path for, obtaining an OHCP certificate? Because it is a quite
Mm-hmm.
difficult and, it takes time to,
Mm-hmm.
get the certificate. So
Sure.
those who are
Mm-hmm.
preparing for this one, what would be your advice?
Okay. Well, so I grew up in this domain and I met with a lot of people, and I always had an impression for OSCP that it's a pretty tough one, and you need to cut off from the regular stuff that you do all the time, and you just need to stay alone for a while, just give all the time. And I found out when I invested my time into it that it is not necessary. One thing that major mistake I see people do is that they think that they need to give more than enough time to it. Okay, so it's not that difficult, to be very frank. All right,
Okay.
so it's not because I have done it. I'm saying it. I'm not here to brag about it, but the point is that I just want to be frank about the stuff that it ain't that difficult. If you are aware of the concepts, if you have done your practice, if you have done your homework, I think it's all fine. And when it comes to the preparation part, um, you should definitely start from the very fundamentals of Linux. You should be knowing it. You should be able to understand how a piece of code works. You need to understand the syntaxes. Different kind of syntax can be helpful.
Right.
When additionally concepts of reverse engineering or different attack vectors like privilege escalations and post-attack modules. So you should be basically you should be having all the information gathered before actually preparing and coming up for the exam. I've seen people showing up for the exam very unprepared, just thinking of like, okay, fine, we'll see how it goes. It's not about that, man. Because see, what happens is, okay, you give the exam, you fail, it's okay. You fail again, this is when it actually messes up with you, because first thing, it's very expensive, okay? Second thing, it requires a lot of investment of your time. So two major things are being invested, your time and money. So you need to justify it accordingly. So that's what I'll say.
Okay. And what resources people should go for, and what labs, what type of,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all those things.
Yeah. Okay. For the beginning of the preparation, I would say that you can definitely go for, there are plenty of platforms nowadays. Every single person, even I'm planning to open a platform for CTF in a couple of months. So my
Uh,
point is that if I would recommend to somebody as of now, go for Hack the Box. Okay, so if you're
right.
prepping up for OSAP, Hack the Box is the best platform so far. For a basic and fundamental preparation, maybe you can go for Try Hack Me. There are some really cool machines over there, but Hack the Box have a certain level, right, of machines and simulations and environments that you can go through and just understand the concept behind them. So I think Hack the Box is something that I can recommend. If you have, let's say, um, if you have a pro rank there, I think you'll be easily able to qualify.
Yes. So talking about CTFs and Hack the Box, can you tell our viewers what is a CTF and what's the purpose of doing CTFs?
Sure. CTFs are pretty amazing thing, okay? CTFs stands for capture the flag. So this is an ancient practice of, it's like a community competition wherein you hide something and then you find it out. So in our hacker culture, CTFs are also plays a very important role, because here we actually simulate a particular kind of attack and we actually find a way out how we can actually exploit things and how we can deal with different kind of scenarios. There can be some hidden stuff. So it's like, everybody's being a detective here, right, and using their hacker skills just to get pass through it. So it's pretty interesting, and it develops a sense of competition. So there you actually start building your own strategies. So for that mental growth, it's really important to solve CTFs, to play CTFs as many as you
Right.
can. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool concept.
Okay, so how to begin in CTFs? If the one is
Mhm.
having no prior knowledge of CTFs and
Mhm.
hacking, where they can start?
Well, before beginning into CDF, it was this a few months back that I was taking some sessions, and there were some students who just started a couple of days back, and they were saying, okay, we want to also do CTFs. The problem is that when you start with CTF, you need to know the prerequisites for that, you know. So
Right.
you need to know, let's say, how SSH connection works, or how to configure some sort of a content management system. So you need to know those kind of fundamentals before you're actually getting into the CTF. So I would rather say clear your fundamentals, clear your basics, clear all the concepts that you're supposed to learn of cybersecurity, the attack vectors, attack types, methodologies, basic network communication at least, for
Right.
God's sake, right? So that can be helpful.
Rightly said, rightly said.
Yeah.
So besides Hack the Box, do you use any other CTF platforms?
Yeah, of course. Uh, I used to be pretty like, it's been a while, but I used to be on Hack the Box. I used to be on Try Hack Me. There was this another Over the Wire. So yeah, Pico CTF was a really good one. I
Right,
enjoyed
right.
that one too. Yeah.
And you know, CTF Time is a good,
CDF time. Yeah.
yeah, that's a good
How can
platform
I
for
miss
live
that?
hacking events. Yeah.
How can I miss that? Yeah. CDF time is a
Yeah,
good one.
amazing. And
Yeah.
do you think CTF converts into your professional career, or they help you in professional career and as well as in bug bounty?
Okay, I don't know if it's a deja vu or something, but just very other day, I was having a debate on LinkedIn with somebody. I don't know where was he from, but he was saying that bug hunting and CTFs doesn't really add up to a professional exposure or a professional qualification, and I completely agree to that. See, when you're solving CDS, when you're doing bug hunting, it
Right.
gives you experience for sure. It gives you exposure to the scenarios, and it gives you hands-on experience of how things work. But professionally, it cannot add up to your qualification, because a CTF is a simulated environment, right? You are not actually dealing with a case, but you are actually dealing with a simulated case which is supposed to be hacked. So it cannot be, it cannot be quantified as a valid qualification. So that's the thing. So, but yeah, definitely, it will give you real good exposure. It will give you hands-on practice, and it will enhance your skills. So, I think there's nothing to lose.
So I'm seeing at the comment section, and someone has asked, is cap compulsory for hackers?
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. So this cap I have, this hat, I have it for years now, and I consider this
Yeah,
one as my lucky hat. I don't know why. So I have a
yeah.
thing for this. So most of the time I go live, I wear this. I don't know why.
And I'm having a bad haircut because of quarantine. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm wearing a hat in every other
Okay. Yeah. We
episode.
hide it. We hide it. We
Yeah,
encapsulate it. Yeah.
yeah. And we are too lazy to set our hairs. We don't get time.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing quite great in bug bounty as well. Tell us about, bug bounty, how you started and got to know about this field.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, well, very well. Thank you for stating that point. But
Yeah,
yeah, bug bounty is something that I do in my idle time. So, if let's say,
yeah.
like I'm done with all the corporate sector world and I am already done with my sessions and everything. So, if I'm sitting idle, I might watch a movie and I'll just select a target and might find some bugs and watch a movie or
Mm.
just see a web series or listen to music. So bug bounty is like kind of a fun activity for me. If I find a bug, it's good. If not, then that's okay. So I started bug bounty as my main focus, because as every beginner, my focus was, okay, I need to get money. I need to get rich. I want to
Right,
be Bill
right.
Gates out of bug bounties. But I was stupid. I know that, and a lot of people think like that. Even now, I see beginners having that kind of conception, but yeah, that's okay.
That gives you
Extra money,
confidence.
sure, that gives you confidence, but when you
Yeah,
don't get bugs and you get 15, 20 duplicates, all of a sudden
yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah,
shatters, right?
yeah. That
And that's what
absolutely.
I'm more scared about for the beginners, because they really get easily demotivated, and they have a real less attention span. So
Right, right.
that's a concern. Yeah.
Okay, so oh, what will be your tips for the success mantra in bug bounty for the beginners?
Okay. Well, for the beginners, don't
Yeah,
look for the money. Simple as that. Don't look for the money. Always look for the exposure, what you're learning out of it. Always don't stick to a specific bug. I will say, what everybody do is, okay, what we're gonna do, I'll find 50 websites, I'll just stick to single bug, and I'll keep brute forcing it again and again. You're not learning anything. You're just exploiting yourself just for the sake of some more, a couple of dollars or something like that. Okay, I know that $1,000 looks cool, but when you develop skills and then you earn $2,000 out of it, I think it's more cooler. So the point is that make skills rather than make money as of now. Don't focus on that.
Right.
You beginners are hardly like 20, 21, right? This is not the age to think about money. You have even more time, So I think it's not the right time to think about it.
And what I've seen that the people and the hunters who are involved in the community and who are consistently posting and getting involved in Twitter community, chatting and sharing the knowledge, they are doing it better and they are doing it consistently. So I think the community involvement in bug bounty is a must and quite crucial to be a successful bug bounty hunter. Do you think so?
Okay, who you were referring to?
Like, I see that those who are doing good in bug
Okay,
bounty.
okay. Generic people. Okay, yeah. Of course, community, it helps you a lot because I say that, okay, I don't say that you should change the nature of your characteristics, and I don't need to change you for that because sometimes people are introverts and that's okay. But the point
Right.
is when you interact with people, you got to know more about them. The more you know, there can be different ways of interaction, right? I might interact with you in this live stream. Somebody might just give you a DM. So point is that when you reach out to people, you got to know more about them and more new information will be given out to you in some way or the other. So I think, yeah, that's a good thing. Social media is already helping out a lot, and people are already taking more and more initiative,
Right.
like the one that you have, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. So what are your favorite vulnerabilities you always look for or you always like to find?
Okay, well, again, another overly exploited question. Okay, so almost every interview or live stream I've gone, they ask me this. So I like SSRF because why not? I wouldn't say it's easy
Okay.
to find, but I like the kind of journey it have and the kind of results we got out of it. Additionally, I used to like XXE, but nowadays I don't really find them a lot, so I need to get back to it sometime later. But yeah, SSRF is something that is a go-to for me when it comes to bug hunting. So yeah.
Okay. That's a quite critical bug and it is, quite rewarding
Yeah,
if you find that one,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So everyone wants to know, what Recon methodology you are using and what tools you are using because everyone has a different methodology and different tools they rely on.
Absolutely.
So what is your go-to?
Okay. Well, for me, reconnaissance is not a process. It's like it's a habit, you can say. Like whatever I'm doing, even if I'm talking to you, I might have done a little bit of reconnaissance for you as well. So my point is that when it comes to reconnaissance, I have a very specific thing that always comes to my mind, that is every single detail is counted. So
Right.
that's my mantra basically. So when it comes to reconnaissance, there is no specific tool that I use. To be honest, I have a set of artillery in my Linux, so it's all filled with different kind of tools. So it's about how I want to approach. If I want to make a lot of noise, if I want to be silent, if I want to be active or passive, or the company, is just giving out way too much information, or the people I'm dealing with are really smart or they're stupid. So, it's highly variable. So I need to be flexible enough when it comes to collecting information about a specific target. And that's my mantra. So I just make sure like I don't leave any of the detail, or I just don't underestimate any of the information that's given out. So that's all I follow. And
Ah,
that's my methodology, to be honest, for bug hunting.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So like bug bounty is doing, and picking up quite well these days, right? And what do you
Yeah.
think that the future of bug bounty is going to be like from here, where it's going to go? What's your take on that?
Huh. Okay. Well, my take on that is quite generic you might find out with most of the professionals who are out there in this domain. So see, what's happening is that a lot of new things are being introduced, right? Like we have SAML authentication now, we have AI being introduced, we have automated models who are implementing security every layer. So the point is, bug hunting is something that is going to exist for a long time. I feel that way because the reason is I feel there's a debate on professional platforms that bug hunting won't be there after maybe, let's say, a decade or so. But I feel it's bullshit because until unless manual interruption is there, there's going to be bugs for sure. So until unless the machine writes its own code, that will be the destruction of the time. And I think that's the time when there will be no bugs. So till then, we can be assured that, okay, yeah, we're going to get the bounties.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quite interesting to know. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's talk something about red teaming. You are a red teamer yourself. You are a SYNACK red teamer member, right? So,
Yep.
like, what a day of a red teamer looks like.
Okay. Well, at SYNACK red teaming, it's not that exciting as it used to be when I was a proper red teamer in a company. So I was hired as a red teamer at Geo InfoSec team in Mumbai, in India, for the people who are not from India. So Geo is the company for telecommunication, and they have their own InfoSec team. And I was hired as a red teamer for a temporary project. It was a 9-month project. So yeah, so the red teaming process, it's quite interesting because now you're not actually dealing with the traditional stuff. You're not dealing with regular pen testing. You're not dealing with regular firewall implementation and that kind of shit. But you're actually going to destroy a lot of stuff. You're gonna break things up. You're gonna make fool of people. You're gonna do phishing, a lot of phishing. So a day, if you say how we spend, is we spend most of the time planning the attacks rather than performing it, because performing the attack might take hardly a couple of hours, but planning the whole thing might require some board meetings, might require a lot of brainstorming, think tanks need to be involved, and a lot of stuff. So that's the most interesting part. So that's how red teamers work in a day.
Okay, so that sounds quite interesting job, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, of course. But okay, I need to clear this out. Need to address the elephant in the room as well. The point, a lot of people have a question that why blue team and red team, why difference, what is the reason and all, and how a blue teamer can be a red teamer and why there is even a need. See, it's like you're comparing a chef with a nutrition counselor. So when a chef is like preparing a dish, he's not really concerned about how nutritious the dish is going to be for a fitness freak or for a bodybuilder or something, right? But the nutrition counselor have to take care of the stuff that what exactly is needed by the client in their diet. So the red teamers act as the nutrition counselor for whatever the chef is making. So I think that's pretty much that I can explain in the easiest way for the beginners who are actually getting into it. So to be the nutrition counselor, you need to have your facts clear. You need to know every in and out of the information that you're going to deal with. For that, it requires a lot of practice and years of experience, right? So that is something that I wanted to clear out.
Okay, and how the methodology of red team expert is different from penetration testing or bug bounty?
Well, as I said, because when you see, again, I'll give the same analogy of chef and the nutrition expert. So when I'm cooking something, I don't really see, okay, I'll just put on all my efforts to make the dish ready to be served and taste good. So as a blue teamer, my duty will be just to put all the kind of security implementation that I can put on, and I'll involve as many parameters to make sure that it is secure enough. But as a red teamer, we actually find that where those parameters can go wrong, where the parameters are unnecessary, where the leak can be there, where can be the loopholes, and what kind of different attack vectors can be introduced in the environment. So that's pretty much the job of a red teamer as compared to blue one. So when it comes to methodologies, it's kind of a reverse methodology that we have as compared to a blue teamer, because we have to think it from the complete other perspective. We cannot think from the same perspective, because then it doesn't really make sense. We have to think like, okay, if there is a door, how many other ways I can break the door? If there is a window, can I come in from the outside or not? I can see from the outside or not, if the glass pane is designed in such a way or not. So a lot of other things. So, and also the job of red teamer is not just limited to the digital stuff. We have to sometimes go out of the way and we have to check the physical security as well. We tried that, and me and a couple of my colleagues got access to the Geo 7 server room. And that was like, we just cloned a card of an employee and we got access to the clone to the server room. So we have to go to that extent as well. It was pretty interesting. So
Right.
yeah, those kind of stuff. So the methodology is quite different.
Okay, so those who are aspiring to be a red teamer, or those who want to be a red team expert, right? What is the path, what path they should follow, and how they can get a job in this way?
Oh, cool. Well, as I said, see, it depends again on your skill. But if we take the skill variable aside for a while, it requires experience for sure. You need to know your job as a blue teamer first in order to get to that level, because you need to understand like the implementation. Okay, there's this word called mitigation in security. So that term is really important to understand, because that comes under the compliance part, which not a lot of people, give importance or give their intellect. But mitigation is important to understand, because that is the only way when you can implement your skills to provide the best part of the security. So as a red teamer, you have to find out what is not necessary in the security environment. Blue teamers will do their job. Definitely, they will implement XYZ level of security. But as a red teamer, you have to understand what parameters are necessary, where the leaks can be there, where you actually have to find vulnerabilities in the security system. So you can understand like how important your work is going to be, and how and what kind of expertise it will require. So I would say that let's go gradual. We have no hurry here. Take step forward, maybe for a blue team practice, and just understand the process of penetration testing. And then you can gradually move further to the kind of process where it requires red teaming. So that's what I can recommend.
Cool. That was good to know. Quite a knowledge there. Right.
Thank you.
So let's take some questions from our audience.
Sure. Okay, so I love that.
Okay. So one question you have already answered, that about red teaming, what methodology red teamers follow. So I'm not taking that one. So another one is from Cyber Nerds. As we all know that, there is a change in Indian education system right now currently,
Yes.
So Cyber Nerd has asked, do you think the new education system will bring cybersecurity awareness in India? And how
well,
it's
first of
change
all,
the game?
Yeah, Cyber Nerd, thank you for bringing up this question. And I want to give kudos to the Indian government for doing this kind of big change. First of all, seriously, salute. And I'm really happy to analyze the whole model. I just spent a couple of days with my dad, and we were just like looking into videos and other stuff on the internet, where it actually explained how this stuff works. And I was really impressed to know, okay, finally, some changes are being done after decades of an old school model of a schooling system. So here, the best part that I liked about it is that the certification part, So if you are, let's say you have a 3-year of graduation, so even if you complete a single year, it will be considered as a valid 1-year graduation. You see? So even if you're single year, people do drop out after a couple of years, so your 2 years will not go in vain. So that's the best part. You can even go for a 1-year or 2-year graduation time. Additionally, you will be taught coding and computer practices since class 6th. That's the best part. I mean, that is a tender age where actually we need to train our intellect about the computer projects and computer science and computer domain. And this is a very good initiative they're taking up. Now, coming to the security, the cyber security domain where we belong. So it's very obvious that, okay, when do we get to know about it? Because we got to know more about computers, we got to know more about programming languages, we got introduced to different operating systems, and that's when we got into cybersecurity, right? Nobody came us to say that, okay, you're going to do test some websites. We were never told about it. We got to know from the very basics. So I feel that when kids coming up in this education system will get to know more about computers, I feel there will be an urge to get into this domain as well. I'm pretty sure about it. And it's not just about cybersecurity domain. There will be a lot of other domains. Like, I feel that not a lot of people are talking about augmented reality these days. And it's amazing thing. I have been reading out a few things, a few books on this augmented reality already. I'm learning how to code in that and just making some projects. And it's really amazing. I don't know why people ignored that part. And yeah, so I feel that this is going to be a really big change in the coming decade.
Absolutely. I think
Sure.
that as well.
Right.
Yeah, giving power to the kids, teaching them how to code from grade 6, it's going to be quite game
Absolutely.
changing because Indians are already killing
Indeed.
it, and now,
Exactly.
school kids,
I
gonna,
can see my kids like already making big projects by the age they are all my age. So
yeah.
yeah.
And what would happen to colleges after that? I really don't know.
Traditional education system is going to really just go in
And
vain. It's all stupid
yeah,
already.
though we have changed the education system and we are talking about reforms, but there,
Yeah,
it will take time because the teachers and the trainers are the same. They need to
absolutely.
be up,
Yeah,
yeah, because they need to be upgraded, and
exactly.
this will
I agree.
definitely take time, but yeah, definitely it's a big step and
Well, this is
we
a first step
appreciate
to
it.
the betterment, so I feel very happy about it.
Yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the next
Mhm.
question is from Rohit. So he has
Okay.
asked that how you proceed after Recon. What things do we look for?
After Recon. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. It will be funny if I say I do more Recon, but but that's true. So so after my reconnaissance on the target, I collect information. So after
Right.
that, it's pretty obvious that I'm going to exploit it. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to take care of a few parameters that what
Yeah.
resultants are we going to get after that? I mean, like let's say if I collect some information about a mailing service and I got to know a few credentials they are using for their servers, I need to understand like how it is going to impact to their clients they are having worldwide, or what specific sector of their service is going to be exploited. So we need
Right.
to take a look into those kind of factors, and accordingly we have to act out. Right. So that's what I think. What I will say planning. After Recon, I do plan. I strategize. How am I going to exploit? And that strategy can be highly variable. So that's what I
Okay.
do.
Okay. So our last question is in the comment
Hmm.
section I want to ask. It is from
Sure.
Tejas. He's
Okay.
asking,
Hi,
we all
Tejas.
know we all know the big personalities Twitter got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
How they could
Yep.
get that much knowledge? Is hacking that easy?
Well, uh, there.
What do you think?
Okay, so this is going to be a really tough one because
Yeah.
if I say yes and or no, it's both correct. Hacking is easy and it's not easy. So why I said it is easy, because hacking a human stupidity is really easy,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you can fool out anyone. And this hack, the so-called hack that they call, it's not a hack actually. It's just a simple manipulation
Right.
of an employee, right? They just got out some information of an employee, and that's how they
Mm-hmm.
use the information to get access to the accounts, and rest is history. But the point is that this wasn't a hack. This was a simple attack. We cannot just correlate these two terms altogether. Hacking is
Okay.
different, attacking is different. This was a simple attack that was made on to an employee, and they actually got, okay, there is another word called cyber espionage. I don't know
Okay.
if that is the correct word that I can refer, but I think it justifies to somewhat. But again, this wasn't okay. Yeah, we involved money here. Of course, they earned out of it. So the boy was arrested. If you got to know recently, this it was 17-year-old guy, and
Yeah.
he was from Florida. And I was amazed to see that. Okay, so he's like 17. Like guys here at the age of 17 in India, like they don't even know what kind of web vulnerabilities we have. So I was amazed to see, okay, fine, people are getting into it, but the point is,
Yes.
just using social engineering and phishing and calling it hacking is like a real disgrace to security domain. Seriously, because if you're calling yourself a hacker and all that you know is how to make phishing emails and do that kind of stuff, I think it's stupid. You are a good social engineer, but you're not a hacker. So that's what I will say. That's what my
Okay.
take is. Mhm.
Okay, so thank you for answering the question from our viewers.
Absolutely
Hope our
fine.
viewers got
My
some
pleasure.
value, and yeah. So, let's move on to the project, your dream project, Byte Cyber Labs, that you are doing. Can you tell us
Yeah.
more about it, your personal goals, your ambitions that you are following?
Sure. So Byte Cyber Labs, okay, it is inside me from the time that I didn't even know like I'm going to call it Byte Cyber Labs. So I had a lot of plans with it, like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to start this kind of initiative, and there are a lot of other things like podcasts, video council videos, and a lot of other stuff that is going to come out. But point is that I started Byte Cyber Labs because of course, I was having this kind of an entrepreneurial, uh, like it's like a trend of DNA that I have maybe. But Byte Cyber Labs is a project that I have to change the security domain perspective amongst people, because they consider this as just as a job opportunity instead of a proper stream. And they consider this, okay, fine, if you're a hacker, they already have a perspective about you, okay? They already have a mindset, okay, if he's a hacker, he's going to do something wrong, right? I want to change that, and I want to change by telling people, okay, this is what hackers do. Show them, okay, this is what hackers do. This is who we are. We give trainings. We communicate with people. We come out in public. We interact. We give out to the community itself, not just the hacker community, but the technical community in overall. And there's a lot more thing I want to do with it. So yeah, it's
It
just an
is,
experiment, you can say.
yes, it is as professional as programming and any other profession we
Absolutely,
have, right?
absolutely.
And it is more rewarding, in my opinion, than
I
other
feel the
stuff,
same, bro.
right?
Yeah, I feel it.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
wish you all the success in your project
Thank
and
you
your
so much.
upcoming life, right? That would
Thank
be
you so
amazing to
much.
see you grow and your projects grow. Okay.
Well, I really appreciate
So
it. Thank you so much, man.
yeah. So on the lighter note, let's talk about movies and TV shows and series you like to watch. Anything you want to share?
Okay, well, I am okay, so I like more of thrill and crime thrillers and that dark
Okay.
kind of mystery stuff. And I sometimes just enjoy some comedy series. I'm not a fan of those love drama and stuff like that. I don't really like that.
Yeah.
So recently I was watching this thing called Dark. You might have seen that. It was in trend.
No, but I
And
have heard a lot about it. Let's see if I'm gonna watch it or not.
should see it.
I'm
Should see it.
yeah, okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Do let me know when you see it. I'll ask some questions, okay?
okay.
That's a
So
homework.
have you watched Black Mirror?
Sorry, which one?
Have you watched Black Mirror series of Netflix?
Black Mirror. I haven't, but I will if you say so.
It is mind-blowing.
Okay, cool. All right.
Because
I'm definitely
it
gonna
is
watch it.
based on technology and how our future is gonna be manipulated by the technology, and it is so intriguing and
Okay.
so interesting. The writers
Mhm.
and the directors have put have put so much thinking behind those. Every
Mhm.
episode is very interesting. Quite interesting. You should
Yeah.
watch that.
Sure,
You'll
sure.
like
I
it
will
for
definitely.
sure.
I just finished up the Mentalist series, the whole
Okay.
series. I just finished up a couple of days back, and
Right.
I am actually watching The Prince of Bel-Air just for the sake of
Mhm.
a few comedy stuff by Will Smith.
All right.
But yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
And any taste in music while hacking? Any podcast you listen to regularly?
Podcast, yeah, I do listen to podcasts. I have a very good friend in Gimlet Media. His name is Alex
Okay.
Goldman. So I listen to Reply All. I listen
Yeah.
to Jack Resider, the Dark Knight Diaries. Of course,
We
you
all
might
do.
know it.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, why not? And I do have a couple of friends I listen to sometimes to Sec Army podcast. They are doing a great job with it. And yeah, so there are a few podcasts that I listen to, and Additionally, I like to listen to almost music that actually, just drives a rush into me. I don't like slow music when I'm working specifically. I like it when I'm maybe taking a nap or something. So I feel that when I'm listening into music, I especially like the the rap and hip hop, that kind of genre. So I prefer that.
Okay, so besides bug hunting, what do you like to do in your off time?
Okay. In my off time. All right.
Yeah.
So, well, scrolling Instagram is one thing, but apart from that, okay, I listen to music and I don't really listen to songs or that kind of per se. I like to listen to beats because I feel that when I listen to beats, my thought process is quite different because now I'm thinking in a rhythm, and that actually makes me think a lot better. So I would say I like to listen to trance beats or psychedelic trance. If you know EDM
Okay.
music, I like to hear that. I sometimes like to hear some old school music like hip hop and stuff. So yeah,
Mhm. Right, quite
that's what I do.
interesting.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, like, we are in lockdown, we were in lockdown for almost 4 months. So,
Yeah.
how did you utilize your time for personal growth? Did it help you, or yeah?
Well, lockdown has been tough for all of us. Like we faced
Yes.
a lot of stuff. We faced stress for a few months, and then again we were just sitting inside the homes, and we were having urge to just go out and roam here and there, and just I'm missing the street foods, to be honest. Meeting out
Okay.
with friends and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, this was a time actually when we were supposed to build ourselves as in terms of skills. I learned
Right.
graphic designing. I learned augmented reality. I learned a couple of new stuff like just communications in terms of it. I learned business communication. I was just going through some course by Dan Locke. He's a
Okay.
motivator basically. So yeah, of course,
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking into some different verticals apart from cybersecurity, so I can just build up the skills and utilize when this whole lockdown is over. Because of course we have a
Yes.
competitive thing ahead via office, so I think that can be helpful. So I recommend this thing also to anyone who is looking for something new.
Okay, that's nice that we all utilized it in some way,
Sure.
right? Okay, so
Yeah, man.
moving on to the next segment, we have a segment where I will ask a question and you have to answer in one word. And this segment is
Okay.
called 0 to 100 real quick. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Interesting.
so
Mhm.
let's start. Top three
Sure.
rappers.
Dino James.
Top three.
Oh, top three. So
Yes.
Dino James, Krishna, and Eminem. That's why
Okay.
not. Yeah.
If given a choice, only one thing you can do the rest of your life, what it will be? Bug bounty or penetration testing?
Bug Bounty.
Okay. So
Yeah.
most inspiring movie that you watched,
The Pursuit of Happiness.
right? If you
Mm-hmm.
have a choice of one stream as a career and you know you are going to be successful in that, what will
Mm-hmm.
it be? Infosec or music?
Infosec,
Okay, cool.
for sure.
Favorite YouTuber you follow?
Ryan Higa, if you know him. I like
Yeah.
his content.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Any Infosec girl you admire?
Ah, okay. There's this girl called Estefana Gig. He's on Instagram. She's on Instagram. I do follow her. And
Mhm.
why I don't remember the names now. This new chick is coming up, Farah Hava. She's got some real
Oh,
good
yeah,
content.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I liked her content. I saw a few videos and I really admire what she's doing. It's nice.
Yes, yes. She's making good content,
Hmm.
right?
Definitely, definitely.
Dream company you wanna hack?
I want to hack.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to put some cliche, but how about NASA?
Right. That's a
Yeah.
good choice.
Hmm.
Okay, best purchase you have ever done or most valuable purchase you have done from bug bounty money?
From Bug Bounty, my laptop that I have now. That's the
Okay.
best one. I feel that's the best purchase.
Okay, that's quite good to know. So that was our segment 0 to 100 real quick. Hope you enjoyed. Okay,
Okay,
and
nice.
before ending the session,
Hmm.
I know that you rap really well. You write your own music. You have a taste in it. So can you
Uh-huh.
entertain our audience with some words and some bars?
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so
right.
I don't know if you have heard this before. I've done this 3 aren't they enough? Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna proceed. So you be Thor, I be Odin, zombie yum omnipotent, blood of the number loading, immediately some bombs are toting, and nation now be woken. I'm a walking dead, I'm just talking head as zombie floating, but I got your mom throating. I'm on my ramen noodle, we got nothing in common, poodle, I'm a Doberman, pinch yourself in the arm and pay how much people, it's me. I'm honestly brutal, if honestly fuel, if I don't utilize, but I do that for good once in a while, so I want to make sure somebody can skip it and do the left rhyme, say, maybe that's how people get through tough times, but I gotta give you a punchline just in case if an unsigned rapper person can like me like it's lunchtime. I don't
Yeah.
know how much of it you got it, but yeah, I tried. I've been practicing it for days now.
That was quite
Yeah.
amazing. You should
Thanks,
pursue
man.
definitely in music. Leave InfoSec. My advice.
Music is something that I do for like as a hobby, and
Yeah.
I just like beats and I like to rap and write my own stuff. So yeah,
Being creative in life helps a lot. It pays
sure. Like
some
this,
many ways people don't know about.
definitely. Like when you're having your, I don't know if midlife crisis is the right word for that, but whenever you have this kind of demotivating time, I think these kind of creative stuff can actually help you get back and just work again. So I think you should have that kind of stuff.
Yes. On that note,
Sure.
Akash, let's end this session. Thank you for being
Sure.
here,
Hey, it
entertaining
was
our
my
viewers,
pleasure.
educating me and our viewers. You know,
No, that's fine.
that was quite amazing session. You are doing a lot. You are a very hardworking person. I see you are doing,
Thank you so much, man.
constantly doing something a day or
Hmm.
another. And I have seen your growth. I have seen you growing. In a year or
Thank you
two,
so
you have
much.
done a lot. Hope wish you have an amazing future ahead of you. And we'll see again.
Hmm.
You
Sure,
know,
definitely. We will see again. And thank you so much, man, for this initiative. And I want to thank everybody who was joining in. And thank you so much. I really apologize if I couldn't take any questions. And everybody who liked this thing, please do follow this guy. He's doing really good. And yeah, just leave a like to this video. He's going to upload it, I'm pretty sure. And just put anything that you have in question in the comments. Me
yes.
or this guy will answer everything for you guys. And just take care of yourself. Keep the scene alive. Keep hacking and just take care. We'll see you in
Yeah,
the next
and where
video,
they
maybe
can follow
sometime
you.
soon.
Where they can follow
Yeah,
you.
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Terabyte Official. You might know me, or you can follow me on the. You can just subscribe my YouTube channel later, Byte Cyber Labs, and yeah, follow my other channel, Byte Cyber Labs as well. Do it.
Sure, sure.
All right.
Thank you, Akash, for being here. See you next
Yeah.
time.
Thank you, NJAY. Take care. See ya.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out.